talking to Tracy, she suspects that there are other people that might be caught up in this, that, you know, there might be more charges laid, and that a lot of people in Diddy's inner circle may actually choose to turn against him and share their own stories about what they may have witnessed.
That was the big one for me. You know, talking to Tracy, you know, she made note again of the video evidence, which is, as you say, pretty shocking to think about, but, you know, was that a striking contrast to you when we're talking about people potentially turning on Combs? Because for so long, over months and years now, we've heard that he has this really close-knit group around him who, allegedly...
Once the undisputed king of the celebrity world, Diddy built his empire on the foundations of luxury, power, and larger-than-life parties. But now, the man who ruled the headlines is facing a rapid unraveling as shocking accusations begin to surface. As new voices from within his inner circle step forward, claiming to have witnessed unspeakable actions, the man who had it all may be on the verge of losing everything, with sex trafficking, abuse, and even racketeering now at the center of storm. Diddy's empire is teetering on the edge. This is the explosive story of how Diddy's rise to fame may have been built on a dark, dangerous foundation.
Would protect him at all costs.
Yeah, you even look at, you know, we spoke to Susie Siegel a couple of months ago. She was Combs' assistant for a very short period of time, but described kind of the power and the magnetism, I guess, that he has and how loyal his supporters are and the people that worked for him and with him. And so I suppose that when you then look at what Tracy has said, that some of those people may turn on him, some of those people may decide to, you know, speak with federal agents in the case against him. That's a pretty big...
Diddy's empire, once glittering with luxury, power, and untouchable fame, is now crashing down around him. From accusations of sexual violence to an ever-growing list of insiders ready to expose his darkest secrets, Diddy is facing a reckoning unlike any other. The party king, whose name was once synonymous with success, now finds himself under investigation for crimes that could destroy his legacy. What started as rumors is now a fully formed scandal, as celebrities who once revered him are turning against him, revealing the hidden truths that could change everything. For years, Diddy was protected.
You know, in my opinion, it's a mistake. They should have stuck with the original indictment. The superseding indictment about, you know, that he had employees that he didn't pay, and the paragraph surrounding that, I guess they're going to throw in like an element there for that paragraph. I don't think it was useful. I don't think it was something that was necessary. And I think it cheapens the rest of the case, in my opinion, as to what they're actually going for and actually what they're trying to prove. And it's very difficult in these type of cases. And I'm not saying that it's easy on either side, but it's very difficult on these type of cases to have a jury to say, hey, these aren't two consenting adults. These aren't individuals that have been paid for whatever they're doing. This isn't what they're making it out to be as a sex trafficking case. In your mind, when someone says sex trafficking, it's aghast, right? Everyone's like, oh my God, what are the facts from this sex trafficking? What could have been be? And then all of a sudden you hear, well, it was that his girlfriends and himself were engaging in these prostitutes that were come over to their house, and they were paid between $5,000 and $10,000 for the whatever happened, and that's the sex trafficking. That's kind of a hump that they have to overcome. Although legally speaking, you know, you can make the argument. It's still in people's minds. How is this sex trafficking? And like I said, it is not that the legal elements aren't going to be met, because I think they are. And in terms of what the evidence is, it seems like they've reached that point.
Right.
What my argument is a jury is going to have a tough time wrestling with charging someone criminally for someone calling a prostitute to come over and make $10,000.
By a fiercely loyal group of associates who would defend him at all costs. But now that loyalty is crumbling. Tracy, a former confidant, has hinted at the possibility of more people coming forward to share their disturbing stories. The floodgates are opening, and those who once kept his secrets are now ready to turn on him. With explosive video evidence potentially surfacing, Diddy's carefully constructed image is starting to shatter. Kenny was one of Diddy's closest allies, someone who watched the mogul rise from the very beginning. But now, he's one of the first to openly talk about the manipulation, the abuse of power, and how he was eventually pushed out of the picture. He always had a way of making you feel like you owed him everything. Kenny says, recalling the days when Diddy's empire seemed invincible. But as soon as you question him, you're nothing. I wasn't the only one who saw the dark side. I just didn't stick around to see it take over. The allegations against Diddy are chilling. What was once whispered in dark corners is now being spoken out loud. Sex trafficking, sexual violence, and racketeering.
Speaking of, in particular, Netflix docuseries that you've been working on, Diddy Do It.
Right.
You've been saying for years that you feel you knew Diddy's character.
Right.
Yet you said you weren't a part of that lifestyle, you weren't going to the parties. So what makes you so absolutely sure that these kinds of allegations that we've seen against him are true?
Well, I'm surprised by the allegations, as surprised as everyone else is. Like, I didn't make the allegations. I didn't tell people to say these things. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else. But I did feel uncomfortable with the way you represent the idea of going to these projects.
To come party with me.
Yeah. And then that swayed me away from it. Just that alone.
So you didn't realize
as much stuff was coming. Like, when I seen today, it was allegations of 3 men that said he drugged them and it's a long time, to be honest with you. Like, when people don't remember being violated for 20 years, it makes me feel a little hard.
What are your thoughts on the allegations against Jay-Z?
That was interesting. When I was saying things, not knowing exactly what I was saying, but I was going with, like, where's Jay at? He's mad quiet. Like while the Puffy thing was going on. But it's obvious now that his team was being made aware that he was in those allegations also. You know, so I hope it works out, because with his family, the things that go on internally is those actors.
Former associates claim that Diddy, alongside his entourage, engaged in paying women tens of thousands of dollars for services that crossed the line into trafficking. While the legal battle rages on, the public's perception is already shifting. How will this mogul, who once had it all, fight back against such serious accusations? And can his defense withstand the mounting evidence against him? Riley spent years as one of Diddy's regular party guests. She says she saw firsthand how the parties weren't just about glamorous events, but also a front for darker activities.
And you was like,
I remember that. You told me that years ago.
Yeah, and you said to me, yo, you gonna speak about it? I said, nah, I ain't gonna speak about it, bruh. You understand? I'm gonna wait till he speak about it. So people who had known that, I always knew that, because I used to follow Puff to Kirk House when we had the building and the red zone, and we used to take the money from those clubs and we had to drop it off at Kirk House. So we wasn't dropping, he would, he was staying there. If you spending the night at another house and you got a apartment with your girl somewhere else, okay. So when I seen in the lawsuit that he said that Kirk said that Puff was SAing him, sexually assaulting him, sodomizing him, doing all kind of things to him, I first thought, like, but hold up, they was lovers, or they was, but that's his boss. So maybe the boss cannot have sex with people. The CEO can't have people that work for them.
Adding yet another incendiary layer to this unfolding drama is rapper 50 Cent. Once a peer in the fierce world of hip-hop, 50 Cent.
He'd make sure you felt special, but you always knew there was a catch. There were always whispers about what happened behind the scenes, Riley recalls. It wasn't until years later that I understood what was really going on. I wasn't the only one. There are so many women who got caught in this web. Enter 50 Cent, a longtime rival of Diddy, who has never shied away from calling out the mogul for his alleged wrongdoings. Now, 50 Cent is taking his vendetta to the next level with a hard-hitting Netflix docuseries that promises to expose the true face of Diddy's empire. From the infamous parties that were once the height of success to the shady dealings behind closed doors, 50 Cent's revelations only add fuel to the fire.
Go by because it's Puff. Like they would look. Like he would say stuff, and it's like he wasn't like in the closet, he was like in the hallway. Now you see so much shit that you go, wait. No, this was visible.
He was in the hallway. We saw the video.
Yeah,
we saw that video.
It comes out later. You're like, that's not the closet. That's the hallway. He didn't give a fuck. Like you can tell Diddy was already...
Nah, New Yorkers know. Because when Fab, he was like, yo, Fab, we ain't party. Fab was like, nah, we partying tonight.
He's like, no, like, but they didn't party. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, they let that one go? Like, I had to say something about it later because I was like, oh, it was first.
What does it feel like all these years, you being the only one calling this out?
I look like I've been the crazy guy for a long time.
They said you're a hater. They said you're crazy.
You do this. Yeah, and now everybody's complaining. My ass is hurting. There's all this shit that's coming.
50, you can't make jokes about it.
No.
The internet might come for you, bro.
All I'm saying is,
might come from you.
You see it now. All of these complaints. People were damn, they were and pillaged. This was what was going on, right? And what do I get for I went through years of a hater. You're a hater. You want this and that. I'm just watching. Like, I look at things and go, when you see the new lawsuit coming with Jay, the part with Jay, I go, oh shoot, like. Then I think about it, I go, that had to be there. So when I was saying that he was missing,